You are now tuned in to the motherfucking Ambition Hour podcast on Worth the Wait Radio. You ready?
Dub T motherfucking dub, ho.
Yo, and welcome to the Ambition Hour podcast. It's your girl Claudia Renee on your airwaves, and this is episode 113.
You ain't got the
Yo!
answers, man. You ain't got the answers.
Yeah.
Dub T motherfucking dub, ho.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited that I didn't sit down today. I'm standing, so I'm giving
Good
us
posture.
good posture. Yes, that too. This quarantine life got me laying down a lot more than usual. Got me sitting down a lot more than usual as well. So, it's good to get your standing hours, and why not do it on the Ambition Hour podcast? Get me? So I wanted to start off by saying thank you to everybody who tuned in to last week's premiere. I wanted to try something different and see how that worked, and it looked like a lot of y'all tuned in, so I appreciate it. If you are tuning in for the very first time, hey, hi, welcome. We're like a family here. It's like I tell you like different things, and then we have cool guests, and then I tell you about some music. I update you on things that are going on that I feel is important. I try to support anything that you would want to do. And it is the Ambition Hour podcast, and I'm going to start it how I always start the podcast, which is with what I am grateful for. So this week I am very grateful for my health. Why? Because I am able to do different things due to my health, especially a lot with what's going on right now with the virus that has become a pandemic that is becoming very scary. The numbers just continue to grow, and we as a nation don't know what to do because some of us are still have to go to work. Some of us, still have bills and stuff to pay or whatnot. So it's a very hard time right now. And so my health right now is very important to me. So I'm very grateful for my health. And yeah, so I would love to hear what you guys are grateful for this past week. Hav is in the building with me. Shout out to
What's
my
going
audio
on?
visual. I wanted to give you guys a little fun fact. So you guys see this beautiful little bottle, right? Bam. Now, I covered the label of what it is because they don't pay me. And I only bring this up because my mom was reading the label, and she was looking at like what this, I guess, like it helps prevent and stuff like that. And so as she was reading, she reads that it says coronavirus on the back of this bottle. So I just wanted to give you guys a fun fact. It also says it on the wipes, on the Lysol wipes. So this is something, what I was explaining to her. I haven't done my research on this, so I'm not 100% sure. This is just my theory. So, um, so basically, what I believe is that the coronavirus has always been something that doctors and stuff have known about. Obviously, if you guys haven't heard in the Simpsons, they had coronavirus on the show. And it's not that they predicted it. It was a virus that has always, existed. It just never came into fruition, I believe. Because then, it wouldn't have happened in China and like all this stuff and then transferred to the rest of the world. So that's what I feel. I feel like it's always been a virus that the government or the doctors and stuff knew that can happen. But now it's like, it's here, because you just never know when these viruses are going to come. So that's why when a virus comes, it already has a name to it because they already know what it is, just kind of like how when AIDS happened and etc. Like, I don't want to get too into it because, like I said, that's just the theory that I'm coming up with because of course her whole thing is just like the government knew and they never told us anything, they never warned us, and this and that. And I'm like, yeah, well, I mean, you always know what is possible as far as, I guess, sicknesses and stuff go, because we have a lot of amazing doctors and people who do research that provide that type of information. So yeah, so fun fact, this is something that's very important right now, guys. This is like gold right now in these streets. You can't find this nowhere. Like, I don't even this is like a new bottle too. So I'm even grateful for this right now because like I said, it's so hard to find. I went to the store the other day and there was like nothing. There was no plates. It was like you couldn't find shit. Like, as far as like things like this went, and like hand sanitizer, paper towels, and even the toilet paper you couldn't even find. So everybody's going pretty crazy. But we just want to make sure that you guys are taking the precautions that you guys need to take, washing your hands. A little trick that I've done always is that I always sing a song. I'm a big fan of washing my hands. This is something that isn't new to me. So I've always loved washing my hands. And so I always sing a song every single time that I wash my hands. It's always a new song every time, though, too. So but there's some times that, there's some people who don't always listen to music, so maybe they don't have a song that they can always listen to. Something that you can do is maybe count to 20, or maybe say affirmations as you're washing your hands. Something that's I'm very big with is, affirmations. Or while you're washing your hands, you can maybe state 10 things that you're grateful for, and then by the end of the time that you're done washing your hands, it could have already been 20 seconds or around the time that you need to go ahead and get the job done to get rid of these germs, because like I said, it's very real. The numbers have um they they jumped. They went from like 8,000 to like 81,000 in a week, and that's kind of crazy.
The NBA canceled, but the Corona's still jumping.
The corona is still jumping and it's going. I think that thing is on a world tour right now. No, it definitely is on a world tour. It's on the press run.
RIP 5. Oh, shout out to the press run too.
Oh my God, for real. RIP to Five Dog. I love you so much.
We on a world tour.
Oh my God, like your bars and verses just made me fall in love with hip hop like a whole new way. Thank you so much. Man, RIP to Five. So yeah, so this, like I said earlier, this is the Ambition Hour podcast. So we're always here to motivate people, and we just want people to know that we are with you guys. Okay? Like we are in this together, and it's I had to get off of social media, okay? It's not easy because you're thinking about your health, you're thinking about your family's health, because it's not just you who's involved, it's your family members, it's your closest ones, it's even your friends, because you don't know who can get this. So it's a very easy time for your mental health and for some of your priorities and some of the things to get mixed up, because you're just in like, you're seeing what everything is going on and you're worrying and things like that. So we just want to make sure that you guys stay motivated and just try to look at the positive. Distract yourself with certain things, like really good things. Like something that I've been doing is I've been watching like a cartoon movie. And that's helped me a lot too, because something that I'm doing as well is that I'm doing research. I'm trying to find out more about what's going on, because it's getting that serious. It's getting to that point where it's like, okay, this is becoming something that is super serious, and I need to take it seriously, because like Hav says, it's time to play defense. So I truly and 100% believe in that. So I have to do my part as well. So yeah, so like we want to make sure that you guys staying motivated. Like I said, something that I've been doing is the whole watching like a cartoon. Hav and I finished Tiger King, which was insane.
Bonkers.
It is in freaking insane. So I'll probably talk about a little bit about it later. I just wanted to like let you guys in on like the whole motivation part. So something else that you can do that you can find motivation in is taking this opportunity to maybe try that outside workout that you've been trying to do, or maybe even take up running. At this moment, the only thing, at least in the Miami area, that's the only thing that I can speak for. And I'm sure you're able to find the information in whatever city it is that you are in. I know like Broward and like those type of cities, they all have like different rules or whatever. But yeah, like I said, just this is for Miami, but you can definitely find out the information in yours. But like for here, how it is, it's basically like you can go outside, you can run, you can do things like that, but you can't really go to like non-essential businesses. So like barbershops are closed, nail salon is closed, struggling. So sad. Like eyebrow place is closed, your girl doing back to doing her. And the thing is that a lot of these things, I had always been preparing for something like this, because I would always do my own nails and stuff like that. Of course, I don't know how to do acrylics, so there's that. But we're going to figure it out and stay positive, I tell you, because that is all that we can do in a moment like this. And it's not panic, but like I said, stay motivated. watch positive things. If you need to take a break from social media, go ahead and take it, because I'm telling you, ever since I took it, I felt a lot more better, because it's either something about the virus, it's something about putting other people down because of the virus. There's just so many things, and then there's jokes, and then it's just like, is this really a funny thing? And then you kind of feel bad because it's like it's real, but then it's just like, well, what are you supposed to do? Um,
Any
so-
book recommendations that you'll give anyone?
book recommendations. I would give. Let me get on my
Audible.
my
I would
iBooks.
suggest the one thing that's the focus on. It's to really focus on literally one thing and do auction. I forget like the word that they use, but yeah. What do you have?
I was gonna say the Fuck It Diet.
The fuck it diet. Okay.
It was recommended by. Well, it was actually one of the books that I got from the therapist that I joined, like her.
Group. Or
Yeah, I basically like started
Community?
her program or whatever. So that was the book that I got from her. I would also recommend her book. Let me see if I can get it real quick. It's called The You Effect. Um, yeah, and it's by Doctor. I'm gonna have to drop the name below because it's not letting me see it right now. It's
Also, meditation is a good thing too. If you guys, my yogis out there,
yeah.
meditation, feeding the brain, not in panic, keeping in state and keeping your mind level-headed. I'm gonna do some yoga. I'm gonna do some meditation tomorrow.
I've been stretching, and something that I've been doing as well is that FaceTiming. Like I FaceTime my best friend. That's somebody who I'm very super close with, and it's just always nice, to like talk to somebody that you're cool as fuck with through FaceTime. So yeah, stretching, running, all that stuff. I've been running, working out, all that great stuff. Your girl is officially on quarantine for 14 days. So, yeah,
Gotta celebrate the quarantine.
it happened.
We're gonna need a bottle of Henny though.
It happened. It definitely happened. And I never understood because like everybody was talking about, oh, day one or day of quarantine, and it's just like, dang, I'm on day one is tomorrow. So now I'm gonna be officially part of it. And yeah. So I'm very grateful for that, because going to work was just not helping at all. Cause you're just like going to work and you're like, am I really supposed to be here? Hold up, am I really supposed yeah, am I like really supposed to be here? Cause like there's so many different okay, so something that I learned this past weekend, and do not judge me, okay?
Already judging, but okay.
Yeah, do not judge me. So okay, so I live in Miami, okay, but I don't live in the city of Miami. Okay. So what that means is that when the governor, no, it's not the mayor of the city of Miami decides that the city of Miami is on like a stay at home type of little situation, it does not mean us. So I live in Miami, but I don't live in the city of Miami. So there's a difference. So I had to like figure that out. And because I get a notice saying that, X, Y, and Z is happening and these businesses are closing and this, and that. And it's just like, oh, snap. That means I don't got to go to work.
Oh, would you look at that?
Yeah, and then it's like, no, because it's not Miami-Dade. You're a part of Miami-Dade. And there's like sub-cities within Miami. So then there's like Kendall, and there's just like, so I'm being super Miami in this week's episode. I guess it's like the flowers and like the little head thing on my hair. And like the lipstick, I'm feeling like really tropical, and it's like beautiful beach weather right now, and we cannot go to the beach. Like we can't. Okay, so it's beautiful weather. Everybody is off, and we can't go to the beach. Like that is insane. That's like crazy that's what's going on right now. But listen, like I said, I'm grateful for my health, so I'm very grateful for that. Okay, so. Okay, so I wanted to bring this up because I want to do this. So now that I'm going to officially be home, I feel like, okay, now I need to do my part. So this is my opportunity. So now I'm going to come up with like crazy ideas for the podcast. One of them was like, you know what, for today's episode, I'm going to stand in the episode. And I don't know, I felt like that would change something because it kind of just does change.
It changes your posture.
And
your energy. That's why, as far as rapping, that's why you do that. Even for my sales reps out there, they know that standing is the best way to do it. You're able to.
I've heard that that's like a beef that some people have when rappers don't stand when they're rapping.
Yeah, well, because when you're standing up, you get to project your voice a little bit better. You have more leverage on your voice.
That is very true. I feel a lot more leveraged.
Up to new heights. Look at you.
And I probably look taller with this angle.
Okay, let's keep. And next topic. No kidding.
Okay, so with being in quarantine and all these things like that, something that I do recommend is to do your spring cleaning, of course. Like, hello. My biggest recommendation when you're doing spring cleaning is to act as if you were moving. Okay. So normally when you're moving, you're like, okay, so do I really need this? Am I really gonna take this? So, pretend like you're moving to a smaller room. That's always been like the way that I do my cleaning because that allows me to get rid of a lot of things. There's times where like I miss some of the things that I get rid of, and then it's just like, it was nice to have it while I had it and enjoy it while I enjoyed it. So, so you just let it go. You move on to the next thing, and so that's just something that I wanted to go ahead and recommend because that's something that I'm gonna be doing. I need to get like there's clothes that I can get rid of that I haven't worn in quite some time, and I would feel like somebody can benefit from it. Especially in these times, you don't know who needs clothes. We don't know what's gonna happen. So yeah, so just clean up those rooms, you guys. Clear those minds. I've spoken on this podcast on how awesome it could be to just like really clean out the clutter in your room, because it's like you're cleaning out the clutter in your mind, because your room is where it's like your sanctuary. It's where you sleep, it's where you dream, it's where you're your most vulnerable. It's just so many aspects in your room, so you want to make sure that it's like clean. Your drawers, your closet, organize it however you want to organize it, color coordinate it, put it in ABC order if you want to. I don't care. And donate it to people who are less fortunate or who need it. Okay. So Instagram Live. I haven't been on social media these past couple of days, but Instagram Live, you guys. Everybody has been on Instagram Live. I love it. It's awesome. Do what you gotta do, boo. But my favorite has been the DJs. Now let me tell you. So DJ So I was on Twitter and I kept seeing DJ D Nice is on Instagram Live, and he's killing it. And it was by two people that I follow. So the first one said it and then the second one said it, and I was just like, that's it. I'm gonna go check out this live. So I'm checking out this live, and then like Michelle Obama is on the live, Rihanna is on the live. Then you have like Slick Rick is on the live, and there's just so many different people on the live.
All this on Beyonce's internet.
All of this on Beyonce's internet. Beyonce wasn't a part of that, but it was kind of cool because it was like, oh shit, like I'm listening to the same music that these people are listening to, and I'm on the same live as all of these people are. And then it's like, when you get to like a historic place, and you're like, man, I'm witnessing history right now, and it's like I was witnessing history in my room. And it was kind of cool because he got to like 100,000 people watching his live.
Yeah, when I saw Hov and B by the Mona Lisa, I was like, I was there.
I was there. I was there for a moment in time in history. Just like how what's going on is going to be a moment in history. And so I got so dark in my thought process when I said that, because I'm like, what if we are only history and we are gone? Oh my god. I just got really dark in my mind. But you guys see how like even when I get dark I like laugh? Like, that's so weird of me. It's because like I'll be like, I'm scared, and I'll be laughing. Like a killer would just think that I'm like probably about to kill them. We might have to cut that out, Hop.
I'll check it.
You'll check it.
Keep on going.
But yeah, so okay. So DJ D Nice was on live, and there was 100,000 people, and it was really dope. I enjoyed it. I felt like it was like I said, like I felt like I was in the party with a whole bunch of people. And I read that some like a dude, he like slid in the DMs, and he was just like, hey, so I saw that we were at the same party, but it was too overcrowded for me to talk to you.
Bruh. I'm dead.
Hey, but
wasn't Drake on there too? Drake was down there talking to Rihanna, and Rihanna was like, oh, you need some water. Someone get Drake some water.
I didn't see that.
Yeah. Someone
That's
said it. Yeah. They were
funny.
like, and then he just laughed about it. But bruh, if Rihanna's the one to tell you you're thirsty, let Rihanna tell me I'm thirsty. Fuck it, you Rihanna.
You would rather get called thirsty by Rihanna than a regular girl?
Facts. Opinion
Yeah,
facts.
that'd be
Yeah.
your problem.
Yeah, because people were kind of clowning Drake like, oh man, like just like, come on man, you got Rihanna telling you thirsty, like, alright.
But yeah, so it was really dope seeing his live, and then I saw like the other DJs that I follow go live, and that was pretty cool. Yeah, there was a lot of DJs that went on live, and you can just go through them and just like listen to the different vibes. Like I know DJ Premier was on live. I know Bo knows DJing. Also was on live. He gave us a shout out, so that was pretty cool.
I'm gonna need the chopped and screwed live to happen. When that happens, let me know. I have my I don't do lean.
You don't do it.
Because
Yo,
I
Chopped
pull
and
my
Screwed
phone.
is really dope. Shout out to Houston for that. Cause
Yeah, and shout out to the artists that are doing, like Brent Fires got his done. Also, Yeah Ali got his album done. Chop Not Slopped. So
yeah.
shout out
So
to them.
shout out to the DJs. Listen, y'all was the one who started hip hop parties and like all that stuff. You guys are all major key component in the hip hop history and love. So thank you to all the DJs. Shout out to all the DJs.
Shout out to the
I
DJs,
was-
Killer K, EFN.
EFN. Those are the two DJs that we've had on here. So yeah. So while you're in quarantine, guys, make sure that you guys check out some of our older episodes. I mean, yeah, we've had some great guests come on here. We've had some funny ass moments, like with some of the guests that we have had on here, and just real raw uncut moments that I feel you guys should definitely check out. So we have a playlist that y'all can always just check out that has all of the episodes.
Okay.
So yeah, run the numbers up. But yeah, so I wanted to go back to the like understanding like some of the cities and stuff like that like happened in Miami. So something that I wanted to I guess point out was something that you want to do is like learn more about the government, right? So this is something that's teaching me to learn more about the government because it raises a lot of questions of like, okay, so why haven't you guys already done X, Y, and Z to stop this? You know, why is it that this is taking so long for you guys to take the necessary action that I feel that everyone feels that you know, everyone feels like the same way. So why aren't you listening to us? You know, and then something that happens is that we're so busy like posting it on social media that we don't really get in contact with these people. Something that I saw that's very accessible is that you can actually send videos or even like a message or of a voice memo or something like that to the people that are part of like the mayors and the people that are making the decisions in your cities. You can actually submit your questions or your concerns to them. And this isn't just right now. This is just like all the time that you're able to do that because they don't know what we're not telling them, you know. So we have to be a lot more vocal when it comes down to that. At least if you feel something very passionate of whatever it is. So I want maybe some of us to take more time into understanding those type of things so we can raise a lot more questions, because that's what happened to me when I found out that the whole city of Miami situation thing that I went through. It's just like, okay, why is this happening? Like, I don't understand. Like, I live in Miami. Why is it not for me too? And then you start seeing like, oh, so this is the mayor of so and so, and then this is the mayor of Miami-Dade County, and then we have a governor, and then we have this, and then there's like a whole bunch of people making decisions for you. And we put them in office. So that's why it's so important to vote. Unfortunately, the voting polls and stuff like that, like everything has been pushed back because nobody can go and vote because there's so many people.
It's not gonna be no voting, no church.
There's no voting, there's no church, there's all that crazy stuff. So I don't want to harp so much on what the bad about the virus. I want to actually like focus on the positives that is kind of like bringing into my life, because it's allowing me to see different things that I didn't know before. So it's even bringing me a lot more aware of what's going on. And because I always vote, I just don't always do the research when I vote. And that's just me being honest. You know, I've always, I was shaking his head, but it's the truth, you know, like you go with the information that you go with, but you don't, like, as far as for me, I never went with prior information. Like I didn't make the first, you know, the pre-elections and vote prior. I never did any of those things. I never got that. Like what?
Bitch, I came here to vote.
Yeah, like like I started voting when Obama was running for president. Like that was all for me. That was all that I cared about. Like for me, like I was just like I just want Obama in office, you know. And I was a part of that history. What were we gonna say, huh?
When Jeezy said my president's black, my Lambo's blue, Clyde felt those
I
bars.
felt those bars. I really did feel those bars because, like, yeah, like my president is black, like, and my car was blue. What's up? Pegasus was blue.
Pegasus, if you know, you know.
Yeah, if you know, you know. If you know, you know.
And comment below if you ever nickname in your cars, or if you have nickname for your cars. let us know if you have.
Yeah,
them.
if you ever nickname your cars or whatnot, like haha says. Okay, and the government watching. Okay, so yes, like I said, watching things to make you happy. Like I said, I was watching animation movies. I definitely recommend Incredibles 2 and The Secret Life of Pets 2 to everybody because it's really good. It made me so happy. And what were we gonna say, Hav?
I was just gonna Pixar over DreamWorks, so definitely watch Incredibles 2 before you do the other one.
I did the opposite. And I'm a Disney fan.
Yeah, but let our viewers live a better life than us.
Oh, for real. I wish I would have seen. The thing is that Incredibles 2 is a little longer, so I wasn't ready for that commitment. You know how sometimes that's something else too is that with what's going on and like I guess not really because we're not going to work and things like that. So I feel like just the commute of going to work and like even being at work is something that kind of like takes up our time. It kind of like drains us. Yeah, it kind of like drains us. So then now that we have a little bit of this free time of not having to drive to work and not having to sit in through traffic, even though traffic is like nothing nowadays, but you know, you kind of like feel like you have a little bit more time. So you're just like, oh, you know, let me watch a little show. Let me watch something. And then you're just kind of like, okay, well, can I commit to another 2 hours of just watching something? Or can I commit to 30 minutes, you know, and then catch a little Office episode?
But you end up watching 4 Office
But then you
episodes.
end up watching 4 episodes, which could have been the movie that you wanted to watch because that's how long movies usually are. So something else that I know that they're doing before I start talking about Tiger King is they're releasing new movies that are coming out in theaters. They're releasing them on demand, which you can buy. I believe that's a lot more cheaper than having to go to the movies.
Yeah, but the movies are such an experience. I hear them, but man, I like
loves the movies. I only love the movies when it's a movie I want to watch, like The Photograph. You know, like Ocean's.
I like the big spectacles, the good premieres. What were you saying?
I was just saying that Ocean's, the one that it was all women.
Ocean's 11? No, Ocean's 13.
Something like that.
Ocean's 12. I forget what the number.
The one with all the women, the best one.
Rihanna was in it.
Rihanna was in it.
What up, Rihanna? Let's see.
I see. This is the episode. How is gonna try to holler at Rihanna? Like this is he's shooting his shot. Riri,
trying him.
Listen, I'm a good ass sister-in-law.
And I already have water, so I mean, what's she gonna tell me now?
We ain't thirsty over here. We hydrated. We got Ambition Hour podcast water. You see the label? But yeah, so we started watching Tiger King and it's pretty crazy. So I got introduced to Tiger King because of the podcast that I listened to.
From another Joe.
From another Joe, exactly. So I end up, what's up with Joe's? That's like let me meet a dude and he's like, yo, my name is Joe. I'm gonna be like, nice to meet you, but I gotta go. Or I might have questions for him. We don't know how this situation might go down. So we're not going to judge it on the Ambition Hour podcast live for you guys to know, because then now there's going to be like, oh, well, when you met the Joe, then you didn't even act like how you said you're going to act in the podcast, and then, you know, what y'all be doing. But so I ended up finding out about this from the podcast that I listened to, and I was like, what the hell are they talking about? Like, so since I didn't know what they were talking about, I wouldn't really listen to what they were saying. I kind of like just got like a gist of what they were saying. Right. Like I didn't fully get it because it's just like, I don't even know what you guys are talking about. So if you don't know what Tiger King is, I'm going to explain it to you very, very easy. So at first, you just think it's a really cool documentary about a guy who has, you know, a big zoo for like tigers and lions, right? And you're like, oh shit, this is kind of crazy. Like, this dude's in the cages with them, and that's what you think at first. And then it introduces like another woman, and this woman, she's like low key doing the same thing that he's doing, but it's not the same thing because she doesn't have them in cages, and she doesn't have
She has them in cages.
she has them in cages. She just doesn't have it to where like people can pet them, and she's
she doesn't
not
have pay for play is what they call it.
yeah, pay for play, and then she's also not she's not breeding them.
Right.
So that's
Breeding them, selling them off the market.
yeah, so that's something that she's not doing. So then you find out that that's like a whole scam. Like this whole like the lions and like breeding them and then like selling them and like all that crazy stuff is like you find out that it's a scam. So I don't want to give away too much, but this is like a true story. This is how they get you always. Be like, oh, it's based on a true story, and then they give you so many facts, and then there's like live footage, and you're like seeing it play by play, and then you even ask yourself sometimes, you're like, is this even real? Like what is going on here? So like okay, so that's like a dumbed down kind of. I don't want to say dumbed down because it's
Yeah, I think you explained it good because I couldn't explain it when I was trying to explain it to someone.
yeah. So it's kind of like that. So you start getting introduced to like and then you start to find out about his love life, and you start to find out more about who this guy is and kind of like what drives him, what kind of like makes him the Tiger King per se. And so there's other people that come into his life that kind of like bring out the truth about who he is, and people discover so many different things about him, and then you at the end up discovering things about him that you're just like, oh my god, but like, you just thought that he was just some corny guy who loves fucking tigers. Like, I guess, like, you're over there running around with them, and like, like he was like cuddling with them, like that was like Nala, like that's crazy. Nala, R.I.P. my dog, but that's who I'm referring to when I say like
Who was named after a lion.
who was named after a lion. So definitely, because she looked like one when we got her. She looked like a little baby lion.
And she did have a lot of cat tendencies.
And she really did have a lot of cat tendencies.
See, I like my dog with cat tendencies, but I don't like cats.
I don't like cats. I still, guys, if you haven't, if you guys follow me on Instagram, there's a cat in my backyard that I promise you has been trying to get me to love her or him for the longest. And like I try sometimes, but it's just I can't. I just can't.
It's like hit or miss.
It's like like I just can't. And then like when I see it, like I'll be like hi, and like I'll be like hi. Like do the whole little thing what you do, and then it's like it just runs away from me. So I'm like, you know what? I tried. I don't know how to love you. Maybe that's the problem. but yeah, so Tiger King is a really interesting show. I'm really happy that I got to watch it because it was like kind of crazy. Netflix has gotten me. Oh, I also finished On My Block. I finished the last season that just came out, and it was really crazy. If you haven't watched On My Block, I guess like a quick summary of this is
Give us your review.
my review of the third season or my review of the show.
Oh, the third season. Yeah.
Of the third season, I enjoyed it. It was something that I was like kind of on my phone a lot. But it was good. Like, it was like it was I guess like nowadays that's like a plus.
Like a casual.
Yeah, like it's
casual
kind of like a
watch.
plus. Like, yeah, it's kind of like a plus. Like, not that I could predict everything in the third season, but I just felt like, okay.
Well,
I
was it
see
better
what you
than 1
guys-
and 2, or was there a drop?
I enjoyed season 2. I enjoyed season 2. Dang. Yeah, cuz just so many different things happen. So basically what this what On My Block is a show on Netflix about I would say it's 3 boys, 1 girl, 4. So it's 4 kids, from South Central LA. And I think it's Eastridge if I'm not mistaken. I don't want to that's Eastridge in San Jose. That's what I'm thinking about.
Shout
So
out East Ridge.
yeah, for real. I'm thinking about the wrong place.
Make sure y'all quarantine.
For real. Santa Clara has like high numbers. I saw that.
Oh Lord, let me check that. I didn't even check that on my little thing that I got.
Yeah. And so pretty much they're growing up in that area, and there's a lot of gang violence. One of them their family member is a gang member, like one of the highest gang members, and then they get involved into like so many different things, and they just they're like trying to stay out of trouble but end up getting in trouble because of where they live, and just like the everyday day to life of a high school student in LA, and like the struggles that they have to go through with their family. with their friends internally, like just everything. It's a really good show. Like I said, I enjoyed the second season a lot more. The third season, it wasn't that it wasn't good. It was just kind of like, oh, okay, I got it. Gonna get into some trouble, and then this isn't that, and then they're gonna get away with it. So it's kind of like, okay. And I feel like with this, they're closing. I think they're closing the show after this last season. So that was kind of sad to see. At least speculate from the last couple of episodes, the last episode that I saw from there. But I definitely recommend it because it's a really good. It's well directed. Everything is good. Like it's not a bad show to watch ever. So yeah, so like I said, so Tiger King on my block. I did watch Love Is Blind. I didn't watch the reunion. No, I'm straight. I actually fell asleep during the reunion. I felt like sleeping was a lot more important than the reunion, so there's that. I just love like a nice little nap. I feel like even when I nap and sleep, like I just want more sleep. And
So what was your review on that one?
on what? On Love Is Blind?
Like at the end, worth watching?
I would not
No.
tell any of you guys to watch it.
And there's that.
Yeah, no. Don't waste your time. Watch the Hip Hop Evolution on Netflix rather than watching Love Is
They
Blind.
cut Claudia a check for that. I can.
They didn't cut me a check for that, but they should. But because that shit is so dope, especially like you don't even have to love hip hop like the way that I do. Like you could, if you watch something like that, you'll just appreciate it a lot more. You know what I
do
mean?
need to check it out. I need to stop.
I've been dog.
I need to stop.
You do. I'll rewatch it with you. I got shit to do. Well, I know I do. I have to work. Just in case they're watching, huh?
Facts. Yeah. We working still.
We working. Nah, stop. Who was the DJ that would say that?
DJ Who Kid.
Mhm.
DJ Who Kid. Yeah, he's still working, man.
Well, you've been practicing to do it on the microphone forever.
It sounded weird with the who, like. You actually hearing that, like,
I remember you always doing that when we were younger.
yeah. So shout out Who Kid. Shout out all the DJs back in the day. Like DJ Drama, those tags and shit like that.
DJ Clue.
Yeah, DJ Clue.
dope.
Yeah. Those drops, like, y'all sound the flyest on that shit too. So, bet that, like how Claudia said, key component in hip hop, man. The
Key
DJs.
component. Hey, if you ain't got a DJ, man, what the fuck? What I'm gonna go to the party for?
You got no Yeezy in your Serato?
Yeah, shout out to DJs one more time. Can we get an air horn for the DJs just cause raised by a DJ?
Facts. The player's a DJ.
The player is a DJ.
You can
DJ, won't you play this girl a
You can hit him up for booking at the player DJ.
The player DJ. That's funny. Speaking of that, I had a really cool little throwback Thursday moment today. You guys, we record the episodes, spoiler, on Thursday.
We record when we feel like it.
Yeah, we actually do record when we feel like it.
Record this bitch on Saturday.
We're really blessed to have a studio in house, so that's a great blessing. But I was just remembering the Mark Anthony concert that I went to with my dad, and just remembering how lit him and I were, and how emotional just being at that concert was, and it was just so freaking dope.
The DJ, the player DJ, doing birthdays, banquet halls, weddings, and corporate events.
After the coronavirus.
Yeah, all scheduling after the corona.
Yeah, because all of those type of events is canceled.
But will DJ for coronas.
Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. So something that's very important in this time as well is to communicate with your family. Communicate with your family how you're feeling, any symptoms that you may be feeling. Don't be shy about sharing them with them because you just don't know. It's something that something that I was trying to explain to my brother earlier and my mom was this whole like they tell you to act as if you have the virus. So now if you act like you have the virus, what you gonna do? You're gonna stay home, right? You're gonna do all of the precautionary things that you need to do in order to like not spread the virus, right? So then they tell you to act like you have the virus, but then they don't shut down jobs. They don't shut down like certain places, or like they don't shut down the supermarkets and things like that. I feel in the pharmacies, and that's all important. But Yeah, man, I just believe that there's some places that should not be open. I'm gonna be straight up. Like, there's just, like, especially where my family works. Like, I don't want those places to be open because at the end of the day, like, if we're supposed to all act like we all got this virus, like, what the hell? Then my parents should not be out. Like, I should not be out. Nobody should be out. Like, I don't want my friends to get it. I don't want my friends' family. I don't want nobody that I know to get it. I don't want, like, nothing. Like, I don't want that. And it's like the closer and closer, like, the more that these days just keep continuing to pass, it just gets worse. So, like I said, we just gotta remain positive, right? And we just have to make sure that we're taking the precautionary things that we need to take. And I just got a little too passionate, so I had to bring,
Like, oh, whoa.
I had to bring down the voice.
Hold on, maybe I'm about to panic.
Yeah, I had to bring.
No, but
down,
it's true what you're
I
saying.
had to like
Yeah,
bring it
yeah.
down,
It's
but
true though. Yeah, yes, because how the hell we're gonna do that while we got that going on? So yeah,
exactly, like you telling me to act like I got it, but then I'm over here, driving to work.
or you got people, coming to work, then coming inside to a house that was quarantined, and then potentially.
You're like, so yeah, I've been staying home, and then now, like, I catch this thing, and then you're just kind of like in this predicament that
All because Publix ain't want to close. God damn it.
exactly. So it's just a lot. You guys see, like, you guys aren't alone on this.
We're all going through it.
Yeah, I see, like, on social media, like, I haven't been on it because, like, I don't want what the media or social media is saying to kind of like guide what this episode is about. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want it to be that. I want it to be something that is outside of social media, because social media is so full of, like what I said, like, sometimes it's like miscommunication, sometimes it's just misguidance, sometimes it's negative, or sometimes, like, you'll even see, like, people, like, really getting their shit together during this quarantine, and then maybe you're not at that level right now, and then you're being hard on yourself. That's something that I had a problem with, is that I'm seeing, like, all of these people, like, going through all these different phases, and, like, announcing things, and, like, doing all these things, and then I'm like, I don't even feel creative right now. Like, I'm so worried because I'm worried about, like, different things, and I know it's something that you can't really control, but it's like, it's inevitable at this point. And so I had to, like, take a step back and almost even just reevaluate certain things and just be like, what is it that I really want? Like, why is it that I feel this way? Why do I feel like I'm not, like, my creative juices aren't flowing? Why do I feel like I don't want to come up with something? And it's just because, like, it's like, man, because right now it's not the time. Right now is to focus on you, to focus on your health, to focus on what to make you better. So that way, that when it comes down to it, you're putting out the good content that you need to be putting out. You're doing the podcast, and you're doing it with a different type of energy, because I know some of you guys watch this, for the energy and for, the information that we provide and the motivation and things like that. So then it's like, as a podcast host, it's just kind of like, but I don't even feel like it, and sometimes that happens. Like, that happened to me last week. And that was, that's the reality of what it is, that, you just feel that way. And I know that other creatives feel the same way, because I was seeing it on social media, that I was just like, damn, I'm really not alone when it comes to this. Because and it's not like you're comparing yourselves with them, but you're just kind of like, damn, even the boys, they're like knocking out songs like crazy. And then it inspires me in a way, because it's just like, oh shit, my team is stirring up something. So I'm like, but my time is going to come. It's going to just come to me whenever it comes to me. And then I just need to be ready when that time comes. And the only thing that I can do right now is just prepare myself and kind of make the time. So for when the creativity sparks me, it's just like, go, so yeah, just communicate with your family. I say all that to say, communicate with your family and just let them know what's going on. Just communicate with them. I wanted to also say music to listen to while you are in quarantine. Something that you can listen to is the smooth vibes of Dub T Dub, and you can check it out on Dub T Dub Radio on SoundCloud.
Oh yeah, by the way, BT Dubs. Speaking of Dub T Dub, I have a song coming out called 2 Cents. And also CAB has a 3-track EP that's coming out called State of Emergency. So check those two out. Speaking of all those chill vibes, so check out that new shit.
Check that shit out. This is available on all streaming services.
Yeah,
DSPs, like they
yes,
say in these
every
streets.
single one. We ain't too good enough for SoundCloud. It's on SoundCloud.
WT Radio.
WT
But you can
Radio.
also find all the songs in all
All
DSPs.
DSPs. Just type in JV all caps and look. You know the prettiest one is the one that you know it's your boy. So
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, so go ahead and check out those songs. Like I said, they're cooking up and they ain't stopping. So that kind of like that kind of pushes me. But yeah, so that's something that you should be listening to. We also have a playlist
Apple.
on Apple, which is called give me the name.
It's called I believe it's WT
Dub.
Forever. But yeah, WTW Forever. And yeah, check that out. It got every single song from all the boys from Gaz, Laid Back, Spitz, CA. Everybody in that bit.
Something else that you can listen to is a vibe that I've been listening to is Doja Cat. I know Hob has been the Doja Cat Hot Pink is a really good project.
Good project, great quality, great production. She always kills her lyrics.
Yeah, I really enjoy that one.
Delivery on point.
Love her. You got a new fan, girl. Another one that you can listen to, I know Hob has been listening to, is The Weeknd.
I'm ready to listen to that bit right now.
He can't wait until we finish the podcast so he can listen to it again.
Facts.
But another the project that you can listen to, of course, is Yo Hago Lo Que Me Da La Gana. Guys, when I tell you that I learn a new word almost every day on that album, I'll be like, what that mean? Oh, I know. I know what it means now. So something that I was actually talking to Hav about, and okay, so my family is Nicaraguense. Both my parents are Nicaraguense. Hav and I, gang. Hav and I were both born in America. America, right? And so Nicaragua is in Central America, right? So we are not familiar with the Caribbean music as far as like, Puerto Rico and like Dominican Republic and like, just those as far as that goes, because even like the slang and things like that, like we don't know that because every Hispanic country has their own way of speaking Spanish. So there are some words in that Bad Bunny uses that would mean one thing in Puerto Rico and mean a completely different thing in Nicaragua. So he has a lyric that actually says that, and it's the funniest thing to me every single time that I hear it, because what he's referring to it as is a man's private part, but in Nicaragua it's the woman's private part. So as a Nicaraguense, hearing that, you're just kind of like, what?
Did he just come out?
Yeah, like you're just like, wait a minute, sir, what you mean?
Take a
Halfway.
Yeah.
few steps
Just
back.
a few
You
steps.
ain't got the answers, man. You
Just a
ain't
few
got the
steps.
answers.
And so I have to like also remember that it's just like, oh no, because even like J Balvin, shout out to J Balvin, his project is really good too. Colores is a really good project. Even
lot
his
of dope videos too. On the
He-
weekend, J Balvin and Bad Bunny.
everybody has great
Yeah,
videos.
Doja Cat too.
Doja Cat does have really good videos
She's
as
very
well.
creative with it, yeah, too.
Yeah, she is. Shout out to her for that. I've also been listening to this hookah mix that CAB made because it just gets me in like an amazing vibe.
All we need is the hookah.
All we need is the hookah. Listen, there's times that I want to get one because I just want one. Like, that's it. I just want one to be like at home chilling with a little hookah vibe, just a little bit. Put the hookah playlist on. The hookah playlist is good for working out too, or just like when you're doing shit at the house. Of course, the top 4 cities that I've been listening to: the Summer Walker, Snow Allegra, Control SZA, and Ari Lennox. Those are
To the Fantastic Four.
the Fantastic Four of women right now.
Oh, and Janae.
Janae as well. Janae, I didn't fall in love with her whole project like that, so I've only been listening to like a couple of the songs that I really like. And I heard a song because I've been listening to old episodes of my favorite podcast, and so besides this one, ding, and I heard a song by her that was like a sleeper in their episode, and wow, that song was so beautiful. Like, when her, like, just to have seen her, I guess I forgot that she had just been around for such a long time. But she's been working very hard.
I looked at we was playing some vibes, and we started off with coincidentally with Pump It Up. So I was looking at the You Got Served, and I think Janae got a song on there because it says featuring Janae.
Well, yeah.
Because she was pretty close with B2K. You know, she had a girl group that would tour with them.
Well, what it was like Janae's in was like her saying that she was cousins with one of the guys in B2K. Yeah, so then that's kind of like, oh, this is how we're gonna introduce her to the public, and this is how we're gonna get people. Because Little Fizz was a favorite besides Omarion, at least one of mine.
Isn't Lil Fizz the one that? Never mind.
Yeah, Little Fizz is the one that
Anyways, moving along.
I should have known. Should have known. Should have known better that you told me. Damn, that was that shit back in the day. Okay. So I talked about that. Okay, so getting nails done. Okay, so I can't get my nails done, guys. Now, for those of you who don't know and who do not understand what these are, they are acrylics. They are acrylics. And so what ends up happening is that acrylics are not my actual real nails, okay? So when I say that I need maintenance on these nails because since they are not mine, they need to add the acrylic and refill it, and there's just a whole process that goes on with it, okay? So now, all my ladies out there, I just want to say a quick little prayer for you guys and your cuticles. I'm going to pray for them and just pray that they are wonderful in this season, that that we are going through right now. I feel for you, and yeah, we're just gonna have a little moment of silence for all the ladies that can't get their nails done. And we're back. Sorry to all the men. We're gonna have a moment of silence for all the men who are not gonna get clean fades because wait, okay, moment of silence for y'all because listen, y'all be looking fine as hell with y'all little fades. Hold on. And we're back. Just had to have a moment of silence, for things that we really do care about, as men and women. I've been shaking his head like.
I'm getting depressed thinking about
it. Yeah. Listen,
let's try to end on a high, man. Cause
not only listen. Check this out. If you think about it, ain't nobody gonna see you because gonna be in the crib anyway. So it's all good, okay?
I'ma see me though.
I'ma see. That's a fact. That is a fact. That's what I said. That's why I was like, I gotta fix something. And yeah. Okay. So Baychella. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna say that for to end it because this is something that I really did want to talk about because there have been a lot of different changes in my job. Today I was asked. Well, today I'm gonna be staying quarantined for 14 days. And so I won't be going back to work for another 2 weeks. So I'm very grateful for that. But with that comes questions, right? So something that I wanted to point out to you guys is asking the right questions at work. You want to make sure that you're asking the right questions, not being shy, being very upfront with them, especially at a time like this. You can never prepare for something like this. You don't know how you're going to react. You don't know how your family's going to react. You don't know how your job is going to react. So something that you do need to know is that it is okay to ask questions and to be very open because once you ask a question, you get a response. And then with your question comes, okay, so now that this has happened, now we need to introduce it to the rest of the office or the rest of everybody at our job because something that you need to do in a workplace is be a lot more communicative because when you communicate more, then you're able to progress and become better as a unit. So that was something that I feel like is so important. And even for myself, I do believe, that with this company, we're going to, I'm going to be able to financially depend on myself in order to pay for my own bills and things like that based on what it is that I'm doing and for the vision that I have for myself. That is going to happen for sure, right? But I do see myself possibly changing jobs in the future. So something that I was thinking about was now when I in an interview with a future employer is something about asking like, hey, so how did the coronavirus pandemic affect your job? I mean, your business. What happened? What steps did you guys take for the workers to maintain them safe? Like, did you guys have them work remotely? Did you guys have them this? Because now it's like you're at a job and you're scared and you don't know what's really going on and you're kind of like forced to be there and you just want to know in the future if like something were to happen, like, hey, how did you guys take it? You know, and I feel like that's something that's because we don't always ask all of the questions in job interviews, especially because we're just like they're just here to ask us questions, but it also has to be a good fit for you, even at your job now. For the job that you have now, you have to ask them, like, if you're working remotely, how does me getting paid work? You know, if I'm being asked to work remotely for 2 weeks, when is it that I need to come back, et cetera, et cetera. You need to know this information because you can't assume that they're just gonna tell you. You have to ask them, because if you don't ask them, then you're never gonna know, and then you're just gonna assume, and then it's just all gonna be bad. So just communicate. Oh, another thing, be courteous and be empathetic. Be as understanding as possible, because listen, we're all going through this together, but it's okay. You know, in a little email, stay safe. You know, stay safe. Or I know right now it's a little hectic and I don't want to be bothering you, or not even bothering you, but like I know it's a little hectic right now, but I appreciate your help, etc., etc. Like you want to be very empathetic and grateful and appreciative and communicative, and just like I said, that applies to everything in our lives. You know what I mean? Like if we were to really use everything that is going on in this pandemic to adjust it to our real lives, like I mean, not that we're not living our real lives right now, but it just kind of feels like we're not because of what's happening, and it's like it's almost like this isn't even real life. You know, just like this is just teaching us so much of like how we should be. You know, and one of those things is, you know, being nice to people. Like I went running and I would smile at people because you don't know what everybody is going through. So yeah, so they did this thing. It was really cool, the beehive. They gathered up all the troops, they gathered up all the hive, and they all watched Baychella together. Now I was very excited for this because, you know, as a as a proud member of the beehive, I wanted to be a part of this moment, but I decided that I wanted to close my eyes for 20 minutes, and it turned into missing the Baychella. The Baychella, like, okay, so what it was is that, like, a whole bunch of people were going to watch Baychella at 9 o'clock, 6 p.m., you know, wherever it depends that you are from or where you are, and everyone's going to watch it together, and it was going to be so cool because everyone's going to be streaming at the same time, and it was going to be, like, live, and then people were going to be tweeting about it and things like that. It was really cool. Beyonce even retweeted it, so it was even cooler because it's like, oh, shit, she might be watching it too, and, you know, to watch it with her at the same time. That's cool, Hav.
It's cool.
Like to think that you're watching it at the same time as them.
It's a little Joe Dirtish, but it's cool.
Joe Dirt. Remind me of that movie.
Oh well, like it was like, well, remember it was like the white guy. He kind of like left his house, or they left them over there at the park. But anyways, basically because there was a line in that movie that he said like, oh, like his mom was like, if I looked at the moon, I'd be like, maybe Joe's looking at that moon, and we'll be there together.
Hey man, that's true though, because we all have the same moon.
Well, yes.
We do, right?
We do. We have the same moon.
Exactly.
Unless you're Canadian, there's a different moon in Canada.
So yeah, so pretty much like everybody was just tuning into it, and I thought that was a really cool, dope moment. That was like 2 weeks ago, I think already. So it's been quite some time that happened, and I know that it bumped up the numbers of Baychella, of course. So that was pretty cool because, if I'm not mistaken, it won awards. So, you know, it deserves all the praise. My girl did made history. All right. Well, it seems like we've come to the end of our show. I want to give a shout out to all of the beautiful ladies that listened and all of the handsome men that tuned in. I appreciate you so much with all my heart. And if you can stay home, please stay home. Be very cautious. Wash your hands. Be nice to one another. Take this time to reflect. Take this time to become a better you. Cause shit, you know. And just like rock this shit. Like fuck it. Like be positive. You know, say what you're grateful for. Write down your affirmations. Like reorganize your closet. Do whatever it is that you need to do to make you feel better. We're all in this together. My thoughts and prayers are with you guys, and yeah, so yeah, kick ass out there, you guys. I appreciate y'all. And for the 113th time in a motherfucking row, it's your girl, Claudia Renee on your airwaves. And we are out of here.
Dub T,
I got
dub,
my tippy toe.